You're welcome back to Breakfast Central. It's now time for us to look at the front pages of the dailies. And joining us for analysis on this is astute journalist and social commentator and analyst, Mr. Habib Aruna. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Aruna.
Morning.
Thank you very much.
Morning, sir.
This morning,
Morning, guys.
on the eve of the very important high-stake elections in Osun State, I think we should look at the newspapers. I'm sure many of them would be carrying this story. Can we have the front page of the Daily Trust up, please? Yes, and as predicted, Osun poll, APC campaign DG's nephew, killed, another shot. This is on the eve of the elections, and very, very sad and disturbing story. Also, the front page of the Daily Trust newspapers, how 7 miners in Plateau Pit collapse. Floods destroy houses in Nasarawa and Niger State. Police recover baby stolen from Benue Hospital, arrest suspect. That's a good one there from the police. A man allegedly kills friend over tire cover. What's going on? Nearly half of Nigerian households suffering job losses, says a report. And Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, has picked the ex-DSS DG, Lawan Daura, as his running mate. Refineries will work again, says President Tinubu, but he did not give a timeline. But let's start with this very sad and disturbing story. Osun poll, APC campaign DG's nephew killed, another shot in SLK. Yesterday. What's going on, Mr. Habib Aruna? I thought there was a peace parley that was signed, and it's looking messy at this point.
Yeah, it's a bit messed up, but it's not a good commentary for our politics, for our democracy. A wave of violence characterize the electioneering in Osun. When we're thinking that politicians should be involved in telling the electorate, the voters, what they have in stock for them, But what we've seen is electoral violence, from all the parties, particularly the APC, the Accord Party, and ADC. I don't know why the police have failed to ensure law and order,
I mean, the IGP released...
I was even told that there are a lot of policemen on the street in every corner of the state, and we still have this violence taking place. We now begin to ask ourselves, are we waging a war? Is election...
Not war.
Is it not about people campaigning for ideas, telling us what you want to do?
Thank you. I like that word, campaigning for ideas.
Yes, and telling us your programs. The opposition will tell the electorate alternatives.
This is what I want to do.
What the government is doing, and the government will tell them that this is my scorecard in the last 4 years. That is how it should be. And we say high stake.
Do you think violence and brigandage come from?
Your opening remark, you say high stake. High stake for what? What is the big deal in Osun? An agrarian civil servant state? We all know what is going on.
No oil wells.
That's not even if it's oil well, must it be a do or die affair? There was a president in this country. The president appointed someone he does not know as an chairman. The president told the whole world that my victory is not,
my ambition is not what...
It's not what bloodshed.
Exactly.
He said so. And at the end of the day, when the election was, before the election was announced, he had called your opponent that I'm capitulating. I've lost the election. And today the man is walking up and down. He's not a global statesman. What is going on? What is the problem? And you see, my concern is that if you look at Ekiti, wouldn't fire me. That's only what happened. Wouldn't fire me second time in office. That's only what happened. When the PDP led by Jonathan in Abuja, by the time it will take over the state by all means, we fire Oshi. They won eventually, after spending money, bringing police, DSS to the state, to harass the people, and even harass intimidating the voters. Eventually, they won. Now, shift base to Ekiti, to Osun State, Arebishola, second time. The same thing was replicated in Osun. You know, so DSS, people in black, mask, black uniform, in the street of Osun, at every corner. You know, what they describe as a show of force, intimidating the people directly. You know, but eventually, the ACM people came out voted for Arebishola. Exactly what we have passed this road before. Exactly what we are saying now. You know, so when the process is not free and fair, transparent and credible, there's no way the outcome will be free and fair. People, you know, I was thinking that these security operatives, security agencies, their job in that place is to ensure that people are protected to go and vote. The credible and peaceful
partisan,
atmosphere. But what we are saying is that, authoritarian move to intimidate opposition and prevent people from freely, voting, for their choice. It is very, very unfortunate.
Mr. Habib Aruna, let's just pause for a bit and join our correspondent who's live in Osun State to give us an update on the situation there. We have a new central correspondent, Igbalani Omoni, who will join us in the course of the program. What do you make about incendiary statements that have been made by senior politicians, someone whose honorific says distinguished senator of the Federal Republic, making threats about...
I'm holding myself not to roll over this question. I just wanted to permit me, please.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask Mr. Aruna. I know you're from Edo State.
Ouch.
You've lived in
Ibadan.
Your Yoruba is top notch. I just wanted to ask, before Gbenga jumps in, that message the senator said, was he speaking metaphorically?
No, he was speaking directly.
Okay.
There was nothing like
that's all.
being sarcastic there. Or being AI there. No, what he said was very direct. But because of the outrage generated, the condemnation generated, that was why the man had decided to turn coat. And was not speaking from both sides of the mouth. This senator is so-called senator, and he's an old man. You know, what he said was very uncouth, very unmeasured, and very unguided. You don't talk like that. These kind of statements inflame the heat up the state, the atmosphere. I make people to be afraid. These are the kind of thing that is encouraging people to go to the street. Yeah, that is encouraging this violence, the state. And I was thinking by now, the man should be cooling off in detention, waiting for his time in court. But as usual, he went to the police headquarters in Osogbo, and he was released. But I think the civil society, they have vowed,
yes,
not to let the matter rest, and they have vowed to inform and alert international community. And these kind of people that are filming the embers of hatred, promoting violence in Nigeria, and should be shortlisted for punishment. But I think cannot go scot-free. I was about to write a statement. But I found out one honorable, okay. That if you are not an APC member and you are moving around on election day,
yes,
you find yourself to blame. What are we talking about? And if people are doing it with this reckless statement, without anybody talk, what is the police doing about it? And now imagine if this statement were from other parties, what would be the reaction of the police? So I think the political space should be well secured. People that are promoting this violence should be arrested and prosecuted. That's the only way you can prevent this kind of thing from happening in the future.
Absolutely. We have our correspondent in standby, Igbalani Omoni. Good morning to you. And please, can you bring us up to speed about your location and build up to tomorrow's Elections, what's the atmosphere like in Osogbo?
Well, we're still at the capital, Osogbo, and as you know, the campaign season is over. It's just left to the people to reminisce and make decisions based on whatever promises or reflection the parties, different parties from opposition to the incumbent administration have given so far, and decide, okay, this is who I'm going to vote for come Saturday, where they exercise their franchise. But currently, today is a public holiday given by the government, so activities are kind of slow. But strategic rooms are beginning to spring forth, getting to know conversations, getting report across different strata to know what exactly people have observed. I'm here at the Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room. It's going to kickstart any minute, but I just have to quickly bring out one of the representatives to have a quick chat and know what have been your own observation from the beginning. I'm sure you have pre-assessment reports. What have you seen on ground across various areas? We have 30 local governments in Osun State. What has been the observation of?
Okay, so we are a network of several organizations, and many of our partners work on different thematic areas. We've just had a briefing from one of our partners who has done a security threat assessment, and I don't need to tell you what the information and news coming from Osun has been in the last few weeks. So there's been a very heightened political environment, coupled with social media reports and things like that. So as at this time, we have observations that about 13 local governments out of the 30 are high risk, which means prone to violence. Violence have taken place, including a place like Osogbo, which is the capital. However, coming in here, I haven't seen so much happening in the state capital that has given me worry. But there's been a huge deployment of the military, and last night there were reports of killings in places in Osun. So those are the things that are really causing the tension. And then, of course, we've seen videos from political parties and their supporters inciting violence and things like that. It has just been a very charged environment. But the good thing is that the people of Osun State seem prepared, want to vote. Of course, there's a lot of fear being peddled, and that's what we're going to talk about this morning in our statement. But we're calling on the people of Osun State to come out, cast their votes. There's been assurances by the police. There's a deployment of about 14,000 plus policemen. There's also a deployment of about 10,000 plus civil defense officers. So we're hoping that all of this will take cognizance of the areas that have been identified. Even INEC has identified 385 flashpoints, and we hope that when they deploy the security agencies, it will be effective to this.
I would have loved to quickly, you've spoken about the electorate, because there are three angles to election. We've spoken about the electorate, spoken about security, and let's speak about the electoral umpire, which is INEC. How prepared, from your own observation, do you think they are? Do you think they will deliver a free, fair election for Osho people?
Well, that is our hope. I can't say about delivering free fare, but that's our hope. In terms of preparation, I think INEC was set to start early, but yesterday, if you were at the CBN, they didn't receive materials until about 8:32 or 8:30 p.m. at night, and started going to the local governments last night. For us, usually this is a potential for late deployment, because of course there's a structure in which the materials go to the local government, super racks and things like that, and then the racks. So this means that they will have to work effectively to ensure that this is the eve of the election, to ensure that tomorrow morning materials arrive early.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, you've heard it. Three angles have been covered. The electorate, she spoke and she mentioned that there have been tensions across 13 local governments out of the 30 that are available here in the state. And for security operatives, the observation has also been that they've been deployed massively to various areas, including flashpoints. They don't know how this will pan out. Of course, they can't determine. And for INEC officials, they are speculating that with the late deployment or late arrival of some materials, according to INEC officials yesterday, we said they needed to reprint because of some court ruling debarring one party or the other. So now they're speculating that might inflect on the deployment time for materials to get to different local governments. But these are just still observations. The D-Day will actually determine how far this goes, how well INEC manages this impromptu decisions and so many other things. But for now, we're waiting for this to kickstart so that we have more information to give to you.
Thank you so much, Nee, for that update. Really appreciate that. We'll try and circle back and find out what else you have as an update for us while we join the rest of the other reporters. But thanks. Great job, well done. Mr. Aruna, I mean, the Nigerian civil society situation,
yes.
the breakdown.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by our reporter. You know, that's what you guys have been doing over time. Managing crisis, managing stories, challenges facing the country. Kudos to New Central. And based on what the man I just said, the leader just said, what is the preparation on ground? Security situation on ground. She said, in other part of the state, that they have about 13 people. They have people in 13 local governments in the state. They have not been able to cover all the councils in the state. But according to her, the situation is a bit, there is tension in the state. But according to her, there is least tension in Osogbo, where she is. And that from our own understanding and what you've seen on ground, people of Osun, they are ready for the elections. And they also said, but INEC is equally ready. But there's some lapses in the preparations. The other was in terms of taking materials to the various parts of the state, for distribution. They are not up, they are a bit left behind in their plans. But according to her, there are preparations to make sure that this thing get to their various
structures
on time. So I think it is somebody is on ground. These are people that are not, they are neutral in the scheme of things, and they give us a report of what is happening. So I only hope that your reporters can also interview the DIG, Chief of Security, the CP, and the various political parties to see how prepared they are in making sure that people, because what is more important, gentlemen, is for the people of Osun State, the voters, to freely, in a transparent manner, elect the next governor. That is the most important thing. That is here. If they are not ready, they are not able to do that in a free atmosphere, in a normal environment and protected, that is we have a problem in our country. But at this age, about how many years? After 27 years.
27 years of democracy.
Democracy in
that
court.
Was fought for.
We are seeing this mess. People are so desperate to win. But desperate to win. Are you going to be responsible and accountable? That's the question. I don't know how people think, but I think the stakeholders, the elite in that state should allow the people to decide the next governor.
That's it.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I think we should take a look at the front page of the Punch newspapers. Could we have that up, please?
Absolutely.
Yes, and there's still Osun State. Police lockdown, Osun, DIG 30 CPs deployed. One of the comments on YouTube said, are we fighting a war in Osun State because of the number of police presence and security personnel? It says it's alarming. Police says 34 illegal guns seized, helicopter drone units on surveillance across the state. Army to seal state borders for midnight. 1 killed, 2 injured as Tinubu vows peaceful elections. I mean, for a foreigner watching this morning, they would be shocked to see what is the headline for supposed elections happening in 24 hours' time.
Look at Nigeria.
This is front page news. 27 years of uninterrupted democracy, and we don't seem to have moved a bit. And it's still not good. I mean, the front page of the Punch is just politics. State police bill, presidency extends public submission to August 21st. Abiodun Daniel, I thought this feud was over. Trade fresh blows over political allegiance. And Markinde picks ex-DSS DG Daura as running mate rallies opposition. Mr. Habib Aruna, there are two ways to look at this. Okay, we've seen the build-up to the elections, tension, violence here and there. The government is not going to fold its arms and say, don't worry, we expect you to behave in a proper manner. And then we are also seeing this huge deployment, given the backdrop of insecurity and kidnappings in the country. So how do we balance this, and how do we preach to Nigerians to be civil?
Do you know my worry? I was around 12 years ago. This same thing that we are saying in Osun is what we saw 12 years ago.
In the same state?
In the same state. There's an election in
it's
one
not
state,
new.
in one small state as a consequential. Osun State. If you go to Osun State, you know what I'm saying? A state begging for development and growth. They're not talking about how to develop the state, how to make the state a small Dubai. But they want to win the state by all means. They're not talking about this is what the state needs in terms of more schools, primary schools,
Quality.
primary, secondary, even university. I'm not talking about you don't have enough health centers in the state. That I've got a school in Osun State. And I can tell you that state is still very, very backward.
There's no single stadium in the state.
What are they doing? What is the development plan of all the political parties? What is the plan of this governorship candidate? And I said yesterday in my article, in terms of healthcare, in terms of rural roads, in terms of rural electrification, in terms of healthcare, in terms of even pensioners, people who have served the state. They call them the elders, the people that the language they use in the US. People that
Senior citizens.
not citizens. What are we doing for them? And this man in the state, Adeleke, when they came in, salaries were not paid, pensions were not paid. The state was in total mess. Was able to clean up the thing. Very popular. Very, very popular. What people are saying is that don't help anybody, don't help any party. Allow us to vote.
That's it.
Osun is a civil servant state. But because of the stake in it, that is why we are seeing all these things. Look at it. That is how many CPs that they deployed? One DIG, one simple state. Then how many are they going to deploy when we have the right elections? Nigeria. So this is not a good
don't have the
commentary.
capacity.
This is sad commentary for all of us.
It is.
Yesterday I watched the APC rally. Today, after the one of ADC, this elite are just there, perambulating, flaunting, and talking what is not reasonable. What do they think? The elite, the parasitic elite, are they thinking of the future of this country? If an election in the state is like a war center, and I don't want them to vote. If you check your TikTok, see everybody making noise. Even this morning, I've emptied the studio. Look at the Twitter. Look at the comment. Look at what we are saying in Osun State. It's not all of us should carry a while and think. Are we doing the right thing?
Very well.
I'm disappointed.
Like
the president cannot promise fair elections. It's not the job of the president. It's the job of INEC and the IG. You get what I'm making? We should not be influencing the presidency in this thing. Not politicize everything. The president is part of the country. The president should be able to be neutral. So the INEC should be asked, the IG should be asked, have you provided enough space for people to freely vote?
Okay.
Cast their vote? And those are the questions.
All right. Let's head up now. We have our correspondent again, another one who's waiting for us. We have Mercy Ajibade who's joining us. Okay, Mercy Babajide, I beg your pardon, who's joining us this morning. Mercy, if you can hear us, it's over to you. We are also aware that you are live in Osun State. What's the update?
Hello, good morning. We're live in Oshogbo, Osun State. And for Oshogbo this morning, at every junction, we have police officers mounted everywhere. But then that's not why we're here. In a bid to check and balance tomorrow's election and, of course, making sure that there's accountability from the people and from the government perspective, Martin Zobono created an app which he would be explaining more on. Good morning, Martins.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Okay, can you share with the citizens of Osun State what your app entails and how to, of course, navigate this app?
So first of all, let me give a brief description of what iReport INEC does. INEC is a citizens area portal where people can essentially post election results and also post election incidents. iReport INEC was born as a result of the fact that we had a technical glitch on INEC iRef portal, which made citizens get extremely frustrated, having come out to vote, expecting that their votes would be transmitted electronically and that their votes would count during the 2023 presidential elections. But alas, that didn't happen, and INEC claimed that they had a technical glitch which made that result to be transmitted real time. So now we have then created the product called iReport INEC, which is on Play Store, and it is also on Apple Store, and is ready for download. And it is being tested currently in Osun election, or deployed in Osun governorship elections for the citizens of Osun and the voters of Osun to use to also monitor the elections and post-election results on the platform real time, so they can also see what's going on the field real time. Yeah, so basically the app is ready, and all citizens can do is to go in and check where they want to post, whether you want to post an incident, if there is a violence, or if there is snatching of ballot boxes, whatever election incidents that you have. It might also be positive incidents. Say, oh, they arrived on time, INEC officials arrived on time, or materials arrived on time, or anything positive, you know. It doesn't necessarily need to mean that there was vote buying or negative news. It could also be positive to see that INEC is doing what is right. So basically what the app is, iReport INEC app is doing essentially is to police the work of INEC, to also see how INEC is delivering credible elections. If they do well, we will praise them. If they don't do well, we will criticize them, and we will also point them in the direction of saying that you can do better, and these are the things that you need to do to improve the work that you do, starting with Osun. iReport INEC is essentially targeting the presidential elections for 2027, and that's why we are saying that we need to deploy it here to ensure that it works, and we can fix whatever bug or glitch or whatever it is that we might experience in future. Tomorrow, our tech experts, our hackers, and everybody will definitely be on ground to ensure that there are no attacks. If there are attacks, those attacks will be weeded off as fast and as quickly as possible.
Okay, I'm seeing something on the flyer about no internet, no problem. Can you shed more light on that?
Or not?
No internet, no problem.
Okay. So yeah, so the app can actually work without internet. So the moment you download the app on Google Play Store or Apple Play Store, you can use the app without having internet services on your phone, and you can snap and send the results. It will still go on the app and stored on the app as information. So people don't need to worry about whether they have internet access or not. You don't need to have internet access or not. Also, as the app is working, this is something that is very unique to our app. As the information is coming in, we are downloading the information or backing up the information offline on our own server as well, just so that anything that is localized cannot be hacked. So the moment we back that up, nobody can go into the server to say they want to hack it in case there is anything, any so-called technical glitch or any attack on the platform. So it can be used offline.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Martins. Okay, you've heard straight from Martins. Something that caught my attention about this app is to say why iReport INEC matters. Election incidents can be documented. Polling unit results can be digitally recorded. Of course, we've had serious issues about digitalization of these said elections, and not just that, the fact that most people complain about, oh, the network is bad, we couldn't upload and all of that. But then iReport, I beg your pardon, is here to, of course, fix that, and they will be deploying that tomorrow. Over to you in the studio.
Thank you so much for that update, Mercy. Thank you.
All right, let's come back in the studio. What do you think? Good one. I mean, because from the last election, the lessons.
It just came to my mind that there will be a time that it will be difficult for people to run elections in Nigeria. Our guys are working on it. Well, these are children, smart guys. It's one of it.
Once you count the results at the polling unit, pictures are taken, they are uploaded.
Elections are rigged at the collation center.
Collation center, we hear.
It will make it very difficult for them to rig, because it will be time that we need to wait for them to be live studio in Nigeria and local government. No. That is the way they rig elections in Nigeria. As we are voting, the results are coming in. We already know the result.
But that's what the situation rooms do. I mean, in other countries,
yes.
Take for instance South Africa.
They don't wait for INEC.
You have the big screens, and everybody is coming in.
In South Africa, we saw it
real time,
openly. But in Nigeria, we wait for INEC the next day to be on TV and deceive Nigeria with collated results that have been manipulated. I think this is the problem we have. People should be able to vote, monitor it, with collection center, result are released.
But
You don't need to wait for these people to tell you that this is official result. No. That is the way they rig elections.
I'm sorry to butt in. I just want to ask again.
Yeah.
Nigeria has some of the best minds when it comes to infotech, when it comes to fintech. I mean, Nigeria owns a huge percentage of some of the biggest fintech companies that have gotten seedings globally.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about so many of them from the likes of, permit me to mention, we have InterSwitch, you have Flutterwave, MoneyPoint, you named so many of them. And then we have another one, IREV, INEC. Are we saying that those in power, including the senators, those who the lawmakers, are in denial of these facts, that we cannot create something that is stronger and will eventually lead to monitoring real-time elections on screen?
You see, I've always had this position. Until we have a free and fair elections, until results are not manipulated, until when we know that there will be a winner and a loser, cannot develop this country. And unfortunately, the elite are so selfish and capricious. Even when they know there are better ways of making sure we have a free and fair, credible elections, they will not do it. They will go into it because it will affect their interest. So they know all this. So it's for the NGOs and individuals to come up with their own ideas to ensure that we have a credible electoral process in Nigeria. Those are what this man just said in Osun. It's doable. But
absolutely.
If you are waiting for them in Abuja to do it, I'm sorry, because these people are not interested in a free and fair elections. Because it will affect their own interest.
Mr. Habib Aruna, we're almost out of time. In 30 seconds, the die is cast. What's your message to the people of Osun State as they...
My message is that...
Tomorrow.
History is watching. Providence is watching. The police, what I described, the unholy trinity of the ruling party, the police, the electoral body, and judiciary, they should not come into play tomorrow in Osun. Let Osun voters who have the constitutional right, let them go out freely in a peaceful atmosphere to cast their vote. Let them decide the next governor of that state in the next 4 years.
On that note, we'll say thank you to you, and we wish all the people of Osun State well as they head to the polls tomorrow. We hope and pray for a violent-free and a very civil exercise tomorrow. I am Benga Bora. It's been a pleasure doing this. And,
absolutely. I'm Joe Hansen, and we'll see you again tomorrow. But don't leave. News Central will give you a 24-hour report coverage of the election.
Real time.
Real time, and other stories as well. We have our men on ground, and we're ready to go at it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Habib Aruna.
My pleasure.
And Olive, get well soon. Yeah.